Circuit riders, you're going to really enjoy this. Circuit riders currently do not, underlined and in bold, do not have the correct level of skills to carry out their jobs to the satisfaction of the VCS organizations they work for. If you are in agreement with that statement, make your way to this side of the room. If you are in disagreement with that statement, to that side, and of course, all the points in between. Is everybody facing this way because I'm speaking here, or is it because you're on your way to move this way? Okay. This is very interesting. Of course, the spectrum is more compressed, at least points of view seem more compressed on this question. Let's start this time in the middle, in the dead center. Kevin, would you share?
I don't know enough about the organisations and how they work to be able to give an informed decision, which is why I place myself right in the middle. I'm learning.
I'm thinking about the skills, actually, and that's why I'm sort of in the middle, because I've not quite got in my head what we mean by the skills, because, you know, there's that whole technical side and then there's that whole sort of soft skills things as well. And I think, you know, it's probably easier to get probably most people would have the technical skills. It's those other additional things that we all, I think, probably not, maybe we need another question, to bring to it that give that extra thing of why people don't just go and buy it from somewhere else. So that's why I'm sort of lounging around in the middle somewhere.
Yeah, I think ICT, it's a combination of technical and strategic, because some organizations may not have technical problem, but they may need development, ICT development, and you may need to establish the business case to maybe advise on a particular technology, and this is the area where I think we need to probably improve upon more, so that we can help organizations to develop their ICT with respect to their business case.
Points we're standing all the way over here, because no disrespect to our colleagues from PAVS, but we don't have circuit riders in Wales, and until PAVS set up their circuit riders project, they just didn't exist in Wales. We don't have them at all, and since then we funded PAVS to set up the first circuit riders project in Wales through Communities at One. So we're sort of stood on the outside because we don't have any thing to compare, because it just doesn't exist.
I feel that I have the skills needed to do the job, hence why I'm stood at this end of the spectrum. I think that if people don't have the skills, then that's a failing of their employers to employ appropriately skilled people, rather than a failing of the circuit rider notion or concept.
You'll find that in 12 months' time, if you don't have the funding to have the training, you're out of the system in 12 months' time, because things are changing so quickly.
Skills, to actually gain skills, a lot of your skills come through experiences. So by working within the voluntary community, for a period of time, you'll get to understand what their needs are. You can't read that in a book.
Sometimes, we want to plug a particular message about strategy, etc., and that's not what VCS organisations necessarily want to hear.
Although I, like the chap at the other end of the room, have the skills, think I've got the skills to deliver, I think that we focus on horizontal skills in ICT to a high level, which is actually not necessarily appropriate to the organisations we deal with. What we need is vertical skills within their structures.
Define horizontal for everyone.
Well, horizontal is being an expert in ICT. So I could walk into a voluntary organisation, an accountancy or Sainsbury's, and deliver an ICT service. So I've got a horizontal skill that goes in. But what I need with the organisation are vertical skills. I need to know about their processes, what they're doing, their objectives, and I become a more general purpose advisor who happens to be quite good at ICT. And that's why I think that we don't have the skill set, because a lot of the time we're overqualified in the ICT that we have to deliver, and maybe underqualified in our understanding of the rest of the way it fits in with the organisation.
One person can hold all those specialisms to the satisfaction of the voluntary sector. You can't be an IT expert and a funding expert and a management expert and a business planning expert. I think it's a team thing. If you can assemble a team of circuit riders around those skills, that would be ideal. But one person, I think that's a big ask.
And
disagree with Mike, because I agree about the skill levels, but I think it's an oversimplification that all circuit riders have high ICT skill levels and low sector skills, if you like. The whole point about circuit riders is you get a range of circuit riders, and some might have the flip of that, and that's the skill. So what do you determine as skills? Where do you see the importance?